Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning and welcome to this week's segment of Live Without Limits. Today's show is titled The Secrets of Writing Remarkable Content Fast. Why are we talking about writing content? Because today, when you have a website, it is important for you to write and keep your name in front of people, and let them see what you're capable of doing and to increase your authority as an authority on a particular niche that you're in. You can't wait for inspiration. You have to go after it with a club, said Jack London. Your content is your livelihood. So whether you're using your content to pull in traffic, or you're selling content to fill up your bank account with cash, your business depends on your ability to create content. And the faster you can create the content, the more quickly you'll enjoy the extra traffic, subscribers, and sales. Remember, one of my favorite sayings, money loves speed. So here are 3 surefire tips for creating good content super fast. Here's also something to think about. If you don't like writing, then go to iWriter, go to Fiverr, go to social platforms where you can farm out the work for others to do who really enjoy writing. That's where, when we're talking about selling your ability to write to fill up your bank account, create a good outline. If you start with a good outline, then you'll stay focused because you know exactly what you need to write about, and this focus will help you write more quickly. This is particularly true if you're writing something longer, like a report, an ebook, or creating a product. That's because it's easy to get overwhelmed with thought of writing something this long. However, when you have a good outline, then you can think of each section of your outline as an article. Thus, you can think of it as writing a series of articles rather than writing a book or product. Psychologically, this makes it easier to write so that you'll complete your content piece much faster. Think about it. When you can write an outline or when you're putting a book together, what do? You have chapters, and you break those chapters down. Not only that, but into little short pieces. Because this is what I've always heard and said, and that is that the best writers will get up first thing in the morning. They'll spend an hour writing 2 or 3 pages. And then at the end of the week, guess what? They've got enough content to put it all together. And if you think about it, if you do that, say you do 3 pages a day for 7 days, guess what? You already have 21 pages. So if you're just doing an ebook, you can do an ebook, say, in 1 or 2 days. Or even break it down quicker into, say, just an hour or 2. It's a matter of you knowing exactly what you want to put in and how you want to say it that makes it work. Use speech-to-text technology. This has been a true lifesaver for so many of my private, high-end content clients that have great stories to tell and content to share, but just can't get started sometimes. Just run a search on Google and you'll find and uncover several different software products to convert your speech to context. However, one of the most well-known of these is Dragon NaturallySpeaking, which can be found at nuance.com, as well as your favorite retailers like staples.com and amazon.com. No matter what software solution you choose, you will need to do two things. Get a good microphone. Your software will work better if your word sound is clear as you say them into your microphone. If you prefer, you can get a handset microphone for convenience. Let me also say that from Nuance, you can get a Bluetooth or when you get your software, they will include a headset that connects directly to the computer. And in that sense, you have one of the best ways to do it. And if you want to, you can invest in a Bluetooth connection that works with the software. I have been using Dragon NaturallySpeaking since version 8, and they went up to 13, and then they totally changed the name, and it's version 15, but it's called Dragon Professional Individual 15, and it's a new milestone for speech recognition speed and accuracy. So, and let me tell you, they also, every year and a half to 2 years, they always upgrade the software so that it allows you the opportunity to improve the use of it. Now, I know some people who use it that say once the software stops recognizing what they're saying, they have to go back and retrain it. But sometimes that can be caused by other issues with the software. But it is one of the best software to use when you don't like writing. And one thing that I found for me is that when I use it, you have to remember to say period. You have to remember to say comma, because it does whatever you tell it to do. One of the reasons that this was originally created was for people with disabilities. And since I only use one hand, and that slows down my typing, and usually how you type and how your thought processes go are at a different level, but you speak at the same level as your thought processes. So if you are using a speech-to-text software, it allows you to say what you're thinking. You can read it, you can tell the software to delete it, and then you can rewrite it as you're going along, so that when you're finished, you have a finished product. Train the software. Yes, you will need to spend some time training the software to recognize the way you speak, your voice, accent, and whatever. So while this does take some time up front, in the long run will save you time once you've gone through all the training of the software. The purpose of training the software is to get it to recognize your voice, because if it often will hear what can be said in the background if you have something playing, and you don't want that to happen. So it's always important And this is one reason why, if you want to, every so often you can go back and you can retrain the software, because this way it will keep it fresh, and it also saves into the software whatever you said, your accents, because what if you have two words that sound the same, but are spelled differently and have two different meanings? You want to train the software to be able to recognize it. And one of the best ways to do that is, as you're writing an article and you're speaking it out and the software is typing it, you can see if it's reading or hearing or understanding exactly what you're saying. And it also really helps you improve your speech patterns. Write fast without editing. One reason that people often can't write very fast is because they stop and edit nearly every sentence as they go. However, after editing is necessary, it's something you should do after you've created the piece, not during the writing process. Think of it this way: editing a bit of a logical left brain activity. That's because it requires you to remember grammar rules, look at your sentence structure, and make decisions about whether you've written a sentence or paragraph correctly. On the other hand, the actual writing itself tends to be more of a creative process where you come up with unique ideas and interesting ways of expressing these ideas. Thus, if you stop midway through the writing process to think logically about things like grammar rules, then you'll just end up stifling your creativity. If you're used to editing as you go, then it's going to take practice to write without editing. Best thing you can do is set a time for 15 minutes and write as fast and furiously as possible during the allotted time. When the time is up, take a short break and reset your timer and do it again. You can even make a game out of challenging yourself to write more words during each 15-minute block of time. When your content piece is finished, then you can edit it. If you can learn to write faster, then you'll get more done in less time. And the more content that you create, the faster your business will grow. Give these tips a try and see if you don't help you increase your writing speed. Now, here what we're doing is, if you're not using a speech-to-text software and you're typing, don't stop, because that takes longer. The best thing to do is just take and write out your article. Then when you go back and edit it, that's when you can put the commas in, correct the spellings, and then look at the sentence and see how it sounds. See if you need to correct it. These are three of some of the best ways to look at writing content. Why is it so important to understand how to write content? Is that today everyone has to have a website. And in having a website, what are you doing? You have to create content for your website. And in doing so, you need to understand why you're doing it. One of the things is because you're doing it for social media. Another thing is that you're doing it for group Google Analytics. So, and it's the best thing it is, and the thing that we're going to talk about is how to use content as a marketing strategy. Because when you are marketing, you are looking for ways to let your customer know that you are the authority. So, breaking through to customers hasn't gotten easier. Every day, the bar gets raised a little higher. To achieve ongoing content marketing results, you must tell striking, original stories that turn your brand into an action verb and create lasting connections. So let's look at some of the reasons that you need to do this. And think about it this way, that you want to create the content that will truly help you grow your business. And let's look at the 11 steps to create a content and the strategy that you need to build a business that can help you to be successful. So did you know that 63% of businesses don't have a documented content strategy? That's according to the latest research from Content Marketing Institute and marketing professionals. It's no surprise that these companies who do have a strategy are most likely to feel that their content marketing efforts are successful. This is why you need to think about why you're looking at doing content and why you need to understand how the effects of writing can build your business or damage your business, because you also need to write effectively. Without a strategy, success or failure is just a matter of luck, and you risk all your efforts going to waste. That's likely why a similar percentage of 64% say that learning how to build a content strategy is one of their greatest educational needs. So let's look at the marketer's greatest educational needs surrounding content management. 66% of how to better use technology to manage content as a business asset. 64% how to build a scalable content strategy. That the biggest thing you need to look at is how does it affect your business? Can you measure what it's doing? If you're in the group and have been wondering how to create a content strategy for your business, we're here to help. We've successfully used content marketing to grow our own traffic and boost conversions since Optimum Monster first launched in 2013, and we want to share with you what we've learned along the way. So let's look at it this way. Step 1 is set your mission and your goals. Step 2 is establish your KPIs. Step 3 is know your audience. Why is it important to know your audience? Because you want to know what are their pain points, and you want your article to be able to tell them how you can help them and how you really understand exactly what the problem is and that you have a solution to solve it. What I'm going to quickly go through in the last few minutes is some of the different steps that can help you with growing your business. So here's what step 1 is. Set your mission and your goals. A good starting point for your content strategy plan is to set out a content marketing mission statement. This is a brief statement that makes it easier to focus on what's important and what's not in creating your content and content marketing strategy stays on track. So we've been talking about the 3 ways to write content quicker, but now we're going to go through and talk about why it's important to use content in your marketing strategy. So, your content marketing mission statement outlines your target audience, the content you'll use to reach them, and the benefit that they'll get. Step 2 is establish your KPIs. The best way to achieve goals is to make them specific and measurable. That means setting key performance indicators for your content marketing strategy. The content market or the key performance indicators will help you know when you have achieved your goals by providing milestones you can check off. They'll include what you plan to achieve in terms of revenue, sales, traffic, SEO, traffic, and different aspects of digital marketing like email marketing and social media metrics. Typically, these will have specific numbers attached to them that you might want to hit a certain revenue target within the month, quarter, or year. Get more signups for your lead magnet as a sign that you're getting more high-quality leads. Get a certain number of new email subscribers. See an increase in site traffic and engagement with your on-site content. Improve the search ranking of some of your key pages to boost traffic. Now, I want to stop a minute and tell you I'm on a site called Quora where anyone can ask any question and people will come in there and answer the question for them. Why is that important? Because that's another way to create content that someone has an interest in reading and keeping you on their site. You'll also want to pay attention to marketing expenditure, tracking your speed on different campaigns, and keeping an eye on the cost of acquiring leads and making sales. Step 3, know your audience. As mentioned earlier, for a successful content marketing strategy, you'll need to be clear about who your audience are, and you can create the right content to reach them. There are 3 actions you need to take. Collect demographic data. First step is to collect demographics on your visitors, email subscribers, and social media followers. Web analytics, social media analytics, and email subscriber analytics will give you the data you need of your audience's age, gender, education, and income. Because if you are looking to reach a certain level or a certain income level, then that's one way to look and find what it is that you are looking for. Now, assess your current position. Many businesses already have content out there. This will include content that's on your blog, as well as social media content, podcasts, videos, and so on. That's why the next step is to figure out whether the content is helping to meet your goals. To do that, you'll need to carry out a content audit. That means logging all the pieces of content, such as your blog posts, guest posts, and so on, assessing their usefulness or success, identifying the gaps. You may also want to look at how your content compares with that of your competitors and see how any new content will fit into the market. Let's look at examples of how that would work for your content marketing strategy. How to log your content. If you want to log all your site and blog content, Screaming Frog is an excellent starting point. It's a URL crawler that will list URLs, analyze page titles and descriptions, find duplicate pages, create sitemaps. That is the most important part of everything that you do in content marketing. So, what we've been discussing for this show is the secrets to writing remarkable content fast and how and the importance of using content to help you build a business. And since everything is done online today, that is a very important part of what you're doing. The last thing we're going to talk about is how to figure out the best content channels. As you work through this process, you'll start to get a sense of where your audience is hanging out and where you already have a successful online presence. It's best to focus on what's working and expand from there rather than to do everything once. But to be absolutely sure, you need to take another look at the web analytics. When you're in Google Analytics, go to Acquisition, then to Social, then to Overview to see the main social networks where your content is being shared. For example, if you look at and use Bazemo to find your data, you go to Content Analysis, Tool, and type your domain name into the on-screen search bar. Press Enter, and you'll see charts showing shares by network, shares by content type, shares by content length, top content in the past year. Why is all of this important? Because it helps you to build a better strategy on building a successful business in today's marketplace. And remember, recently I had someone contact me, and what did she tell me? That she's seeing me all over the internet, through social media, through my content, and that the fact that I utilize and incorporate the laws of attraction into my business when I'm working with clients, and the fact that she works with a company that uses the laws of attraction, that she was interested in contacting me to see how we could work together for a mutual benefit. So when you are looking for opportunities to build your business, think of all the things that you currently do and how they can, in essence, help you grow and build your business for long-term benefits. And remember, it doesn't matter what kind of business you have, whether you're offline or online. Incorporating an online website for a brick and mortar store is important. And you look at all corporations and all department stores, even creating an app for someone's smartphone can help you build your business, because what's happening is they're utilizing everything that you are doing and seeing it on a daily basis, which helps build business for you. And remember, you can go to my website, and that website is the #1 personalcareercoach.com. And you can sign up for either individual or group coaching.